Hopefully you don't get sick this season, because what the doctor might give you as medicine might not be considered medicine next year. You'd probably like to think that medical science has it mostly figured out by now. You know that when you're sick, the doctor will give you exactly what you need as medicine. Yeah, but as it turns out, there are many things in the past that were once considered medicine that are very much not. And when you hear about these, they're going to surprise you. Here are the 10 craziest things that were once considered medicine. Number 10 is vitamin water. Introduced in Queens, New York by John Darius Bickoff in May of 1996, vitamin water was advertised as a beverage that offered a number of different health and energy improvements. But in 2009, the Center for Science in the Public Interest filed a lawsuit against vitamin water's parent company, Coca-Cola, over the marketing claims that the product was healthy. In reality, each bottle had 33 grams of sugar in it and was more likely to lead to issues like diabetes and obesity over a healthy, cleaner, vitamin-enriched existence. Vitamin water founder Darius Bickoff stated that his company's product wasn't meant to substitute daily vitamin intake, but supplement those vitamins that the consumer was already taking in. Wait, how does that make sense? If you're already getting enough vitamins, then how does it supplement you getting those vitamins? And man, Coca-Cola's just taking your money. Number 9 is shark cartilage. There's a strange but popular myth that's floating around the internet, one which you've probably already heard, that states that sharks are incapable of getting cancer. The theory, unfortunately for the giant fish prowling the oceans, is not true, as tumors have been found in them, but that hasn't stopped a number of people from scrambling to find themselves some shark cartilage to fight off what ails them, specifically to fight off cancer, though it's also been thought to help things like arthritis, psoriasis, retina damage caused by diabetes, and inflammation of the intestine. Some have even claimed that it helps wounds heal, though there's no concrete proof of any of this. In fact, a number of doctors have come out against shark cartilage being a useful treatment for pretty much anything except reducing the shark population. And ain't nobody got time for that. What's gonna happen to Shark Week? What am I gonna binge watch? Number 8 is tobacco. While today it's well known that smoking is an unhealthy habit and can cause various, sometimes crippling issues such as cancer and emphysema, back in the 15th century, tobacco was considered a disinfectant and a form of medicine to relieve headaches, colds, and other diseases. Tobacco was even popular as an anesthetic and energy provider, much like how we look at coffee today. When it made its way to Europe, it was dubbed God's remedy and the holy herb for its medicinal properties. However, we now know that basically none of that was true. Believe it or not, tobacco was even considered to be good for your teeth in some parts of India. I would love to see the teeth of those people. Actually, in fact, no, I wouldn't. There was even a tobacco toothpaste. Not only is that, of course, not true at all, but it's been proven that smoking is actually terrible for your teeth. It's true, I've seen people that smoke for like 40 years, they end up looking like the Crypt Keeper, just Number 7 are psychedelic mushrooms. Before they got the label as an illegal street drug, psychedelic or magic mushrooms were considered a number of different things, including a medicine, a transportation device of sorts, and even a way to get enemies to talk during investigations in World War II. As a treatment, it was believed that through the use of psilocybin, which is the active ingredient that makes mushrooms so trippy, psychological ailments such as anxiety and depression could be dealt with swiftly. Others ate the feel-good food in order to ascend on spiritual journeys so that they could get a better understanding of this world. Now, while this treatment isn't widely offered anymore for obvious reasons, there are still some doctors who believe things like severe depression could be better handled through the use of psychedelic mushrooms. Though you take that, you never know what's going to happen. My. Number 6 is ecstasy. Developed by Merck, a German pharmaceutical company, this substance is now labeled as a recreational street drug, but that wasn't always the case. Also known as methylene dioxymethamphetamine, or MDMA, or Molly for short, it was making the rounds as the hot new product that was sure to help you lose those extra few pounds.
And fall in love with everything.
By causing excessive diarrhea and vomiting, the MDMA pills became popular as effective though harsh treatments, but it was also marketed to veterans as a cure for post-traumatic stress disorder as well as other ailments. Numerous pharmaceutical companies have experimented with MDMA-assisted therapy sessions for a number of patients, but its use as a weight loss pill right now is completely ridiculed. I've never tried it and I genuinely have no interest in trying it because apparently it just makes you want to stroke the furry wall. Number 5 is cocaine. The white powder street drug that has millions of people hooked on it today was once something that could be picked up easily for just a bit of indigestion. Oh yeah, that dinner didn't go down so well. Give me a second. Even Sigmund Freud, the world-famous Austrian neurologist who is credited as the founder of psychoanalysis, recommended cocaine for its medical uses, claiming it calmed his depression symptoms and helped treat his indigestion. Seriously, how did this indigestion thing start? What? Since its introduction in the 1860s, cocaine has been used as a fix for morphine addiction, asthma, and even tuberculosis. By the time cocaine had even become a well-known medicine, it was already a popular ingredient in certain beverages, specifically alcoholic ones, though it's arguable that the most well-known consumable that it was a part of was Coca-Cola. Most of you already know that, but some of you might not. That's right, that's why Coca-Cola is called Coca-Cola. The coca leaf. Cocaine! Number 4 is LSD therapy. As a hallucinogen, lysergic acid diethylamide, or LSD, has been a popular street drug for a long time, but back in the late 1950s and 60s, it was considered a useful medicine. Specifically, the drug was used to treat people with mental health issues. Initially developed at the Sandoz Pharmaceutical Company in Basel, Switzerland by Dr. Albert Hofmann in 1938, LSD is a synthetic chemical that facilitates feelings of interconnection and is considered an empathogen, meaning it enhances empathy in people. In the mid-1940s, it was looked at as a potential treatment for various issues, including anxiety or depression in cancer patients, and was even called a cure for alcoholism, probably because when you take a strip of this stuff, it makes the alcohol bottles look like snakes. Criminalized in 1966, LSD is now an illegal substance, though some medical professionals argue it might be of some benefit to some people. Except those that don't like snakes. Scary. Number 3 are tapeworms.
What?
Yeah. If you're looking to lose weight fast, but don't want to go through that whole eating less than normal thing, then there may be a solution for you. Simply have a parasite implanted in your body that can take some of those calories before they accumulate. Yummy. Yeah, I know, this sounds ridiculous, but it happened. In fact, in some places, it still happens. In the early 1900s, people trying to slim down began swallowing pills that were actually beef tapeworm cysts. The tapeworms would grow and rob their hosts of some of the foods that they were taking in, but the side effects were far from healthy. Hosts would be plagued with bouts of nausea and diarrhea, but getting rid of them after reaching the desired weight, of course, could prove more damaging, as many experienced abdominal and rectal complications. And by the way, if you've ever seen a tapeworm removed, there's videos on YouTube, it's like, it just keeps going, it's disturbing. Number 2 is chocolate. Ooh, chocolate, yes. It's hard to believe, but many years ago, the sweet treats that are collected by children at Halloween today were considered a potent medication. Back in the 17th century, chocolate was being hailed by whatever the equivalent of the medical community was back then as a miracle cure-all substance. The reason for this mistaken identification is an ancient medical theory that said if one of the 4 humors inside the human body was off balance, it opened the door to infection. conditions. Chocolate simply helped bring balance. Documents from the 1600s revealed that hot beverages such as teas and coffee were also prescribed alongside chocolate and were actually considered to be strong drugs that could be dangerous or even lethal if taken improperly. Well, I actually totally get that part because I've eaten so much chocolate at one point that I did think I was gonna die. Halloween every year. And number 1 is heroin cough suppressant. Today, we are well aware that the drug heroin is a devastatingly addictive substance that has cost a massive number of people their lives. But while multiple governments fight to eliminate the drug from city streets, there was once a time when it was openly offered as a remedy. In the late 1890s, experts at Bayer Pharmaceuticals realized that by boiling morphine, which was already a cure for coughs at that point, for several hours, they could create a concoction that, according to their claims, could cure tuberculosis, bronchitis, and various other throat-affecting conditions. In 1906, the American Medical Association approved the replacement of morphine with heroin, which in less than 8 years caused 200,000 people in New York City alone to become addicted to the drug. Well, it kind of makes you wonder what you're taking right now, which is medicine. Let's see what happens in 10 years.